Just a moment. Nani kore? Oh, I am alive! Whoa! Sugoi! So I can go live straight from OBS now. Nice! Okay. Naruhodo. Sorry guys, my first time OBS updated and I was confused. Because now I can see the control panel from within OBS, so I was like, is it for real? I quite alive? Oh, that's great. Well, I'm a bit rusty because it's been a while. Alright, shut that there. And while OBS updated, I'm a bit weirded out, like, what's this?
Bada bim bada boom.
Oh, it works! It works! Oh boy, this is wonderful! Alright, so good evening. Magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Konbanwa. My name is Anzu and I am an apricot that delivers packages from me to you. I'm back. Richard, are you peeing on my hamper again? Hold on, madogo. Madogo. Omae! Did you not? Did you not? Good boy, you did not. I'm so sorry. Wow, alright. So we're going to be continuing our investigation for case number 3. So, just a recap. This is the Return of the Great Departed Soul case. So we finished, I think, the first part of the trial, and then they went into a break, and now there's like this other dude, a suspect for sabotaging the whole experiment. So, the court is now trying to find him, and now we can also continue investigating further the incident. Alright. Okay.
So,
I don't know if there's any delay, but let's see along the way. Hi. But all is green, which is good. Right. Yeah, so we're in the investigation part 2, so we did finish the first trial. Righto. I think I said something like investigation part might be long. Usually they are. October 23rd, 2:41 p.m. Naruhodo Legal Consultancy. Oh yeah, and Sasato-san is back. Oh, this room, it's been too long. It hasn't changed in the slightest though. And it's been some 6 months, hasn't it? That's a long time for things to say so familiar. I didn't know when you might return and I wanted everything to be as you'd left it. But it has been some 6 months, it's true.
6 months. That's quite long. So, is your father alright, Susie? What happened?
My father? Yes, Professor Mikotoba. I mean, it was half a year ago, but that's why you went back to Japan. Because of the telegram you received saying he'd fallen ill with a very high fever for some unknown reason.
Oh, mic is a bit low. Chotto matte. Chotto tomato.
Oh, I think that's too... Oh, I think that's okay. いいですか? Yeah, I think that's okay. Based on OBS thingy-mababa.
That's right. So I was surprised to learn you'd be coming back so soon. Surprised but happy.
I think I wrote about it in my letters to you, that it was all a trick. My father is in fine health and I'm obviously very relieved about that. Well, we're all delighted to have you back. It was quite by accident that I've been able to return to Europe, actually. It's because of a very grand conference called the International Forensic Science Symposium. The International Forensic... Oh, that's the same symposium Lord Strongheart mentioned. Anyway, I've arrived safe and sound, and all that matters is that I'm here now. After all, I haven't yet fulfilled my promise to you, Iris.
Oh!
You must tell us everything that happened while you were back in Japan.
Yes, of course, I shall.
And there's one other thing. Something you wrote in your letter that particularly grabbed my attention. About after that awful trial at the Supreme Court, Father's mood changed entirely. The awful trial? Oh, yeah. For the murder of Giselle Brett. My doggo is acting suspicious.
Oh, are you Toledo? Don't be there.
That is not allowed though. Don't pee there, my dear doggy. Hurrah!
Oh, you dressed as a man then, didn't you, Susie?
Oh, well, yes. Since women are forbidden in the courtroom, I had no choice.
Wow, amazing! I wish I'd seen it. Don't you, Bruno?
Yes, I suppose so.
I want to play at being a lawyer now. I could wear a false mustache, maybe.
I don't think any mustache could hide the fact that you're just 10 years old, Iris.
Yeah, Iris.
And there's something else I've been wanting to ask you, Mrs. Sato. It's about the real reason why Professor Mikotoba summoned you back to Japan. You said in your letter it was something to do with that convict's loot we found in Mr. Natsume's lodgings. And that's right, the very large dog collar we found with the B emblem on it. It seems Mr. Natsume included a drawing of the collar in the report he submitted about his time in Britain. I understand that when Father saw the report, he turned as white as a sheet. Why would that be then? Father came to Britain himself, of course, to study. It was some time ago now, but he stayed for 60 years. I can only imagine that something must have happened during that time. But if he refuses to tell me what it was, then I intend to find the answers for myself. And I've decided that I, for one, won't keep any more secrets.
Oh, Susie!
It's a very meaningful look to Sato-san's giving there.
Forensic Science Symposium, FSS.
Lord Strongheart mentioned something about the symposium too. I think he said the investigative authorities from 40 different countries would attend. Yes, and from Japan, my father and Judge Jikoku have been invited.
Oh! Papa Mikotoba and Judge Oji-san. Oh.
It's something of an honor, I believe. Well, Professor Mikotoba is a leading expert in forensic medicine in our country after all. But who's the other person you mentioned? A judge, you say? Yes, His Excellency Judge Seishiro Jikoku. You've met him, Mr. Naruhodo? Last year in the Supreme Court. You can't possibly have forgotten.
Oh, Sunaku. Hello there, cutie bear. Oh, how. Gao. How are you?
I am back. I hope you've been well, ne?
お久しぶり。そうですな。
お久しぶり、スナク。 You're still alive? That's great. I hope you've been doing well.
Good job for doing alive. Yes, for alivening. Hi.
We're just continuing investigation. That terrible trial of yours, when you were accused of murder. Yeah, I tried to think of that as a positive turning point in my life these days.
Positive and dramatic.
Well, it was Judge Jikoku who presided over that trial.
Oh, him.
If I'm perfectly honest, I'd be happy never to see that man's face again in my life. Well, anyway, as father was invited to the symposium, he agreed to me returning to Britain too. He won't actually arrive until next month, but, well, I couldn't wait. So I pleaded with him, and in the end, he agreed to me going on ahead. Yes, about the symposium. It seems as though Lord Strongheart has put in an awful lot of work to make it happen. It's obviously very important. I believe it is, yes. As I understand it, Lord Strongheart organized the entire event himself. Wow, Strongheart-san. I think he's hoping that by achieving exceptional results, he'll get the job of Attorney General. Oh, the most senior position in the British justice system, huh? He's hoping to use his power to create the world's finest policing institution. That's what Father said anyway. Apparently, it's Lord Strongheart's lifelong ambition.
Is that who I think it is? Exmoto. Haro haro. How are you yo? Ayo yo yo. Ayo.
How was your holidays? Did you
eat and drink and sleep well?
I hope you were able to welcome the new year in a good way, ne?
Hi.
Unusual time to stream Ate Atsu. Yeah, on Sunday, I'm going to have a collaboration for Mario Kart 8 over at Twitch. So I decided to hold this one on a Wednesday. And then during the weekdays, the best time for me really is 7 o'clock. GMT plus 8. So that even if I play long, at least I still end a little earlier.
Wow! You welcome New Year with a confession! Oh my god! And it's not a confession to the priest, it's a confession to someone you like.
How did it go? Was it successful? Or should we give you condolences?
教えて。知りたい。I want to know.
Well, if you're okay with sharing.
Wow. Share to Marites. Yes.
Oh, I skipped 2 dialogues. I'm so sorry. Does Professor Mikotoba know Lord Strongheart personally then, I wonder? Actually, Lord Strongheart gave me a long speech all about this very subject only yesterday. But I sort of lost the will to live early on and didn't really listen to much of it.
Oh, no answer yet. Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's definitely true. It's better to take it slow and get to know the person better.
頑張ります。X.
How trying of you. I mean, for you.
Giselle
Brett. The woman whose unforgivable actions ended in me being wrongly accused of a crime I didn't commit. The murder of Dr. John H. Wilson. Yeah, Giselle Brett. That's a name I won't forget for as long as I live. The extraordinary thing is, though, it seems it's a name we should all forget. Sorry? Since the incident, our government's intelligence services have been investigating Miss Brett. But it turns out that an English woman by the name of Giselle Brett didn't actually exist. Didn't exist? But how can that be? It was a pseudonym. Her real name was Shin, with a double N. And she wasn't a visiting student either. That was a front. A front? Who on earth was she then? Miss A. Shin. Her name is literally all our intelligence services have been able to ascertain about her. Nobody knows why or even how she came to be in Japan. It's a complete mystery. But that makes no sense. It's no easy task to be accepted as a foreign student anywhere. What could the woman have been up to? I'm afraid I really don't know. The only thing we can be sure of is that she had some business in our country that we don't know yet.
Dum bum bum.
Maybe she's a secret agent or so? And now she's been killed. You and Owen? While all the questions surrounding her existence remains unanswered. I'm afraid so. A Shin. Who on earth was she? Huh. Oh, yeah. I hope everyone else also has a good year. Let's all do our best now to survive another year of existence.
Oh, and it was Uhtred's birthday last January 12.
I didn't get to fix up anything for him. I feel so guilty for my child because I had work. So I'm thinking maybe out of nowhere I'll stream. We'll just say happy birthday, Uhtred. And we'll let the little guy take over the stream. Still thinking about it though, and trying to find a day that I could do it. So now Uhtred is 3 years old. How time flies, my baby's growing up. He's asleep right now though. My baby. Citric, the other one, is 1 year old. He'll turn 2 years old this year in November, if I remember right. And why do I feel as though I've heard that name before somewhere?
Miss A? Maybe she's Miss Anzu as well.
After my friend Ray's trial, the reporter who actually killed Miss Brett said something very strange. I know the truth. Oh wait, he's Japanese. Oh no. I know the truth. I know you had a hand in what went on. In that visiting student's fate. Nobody here in Japan knows anything about it. They don't know that the guy never even made it to England. That he died on that steamship. And that he'll never... Obviously, I couldn't ask him to elaborate at that time. But later, I visited the man in his prison cell and asked him what he was going to say about Kazuma-sama. And what did you learn? After he died on the voyage to Great Britain, his body should have been unladen. Is that unladen? Unladen at the port of Long Kong. Naruhodo. Sorry. I read it Long Kong because from my monitor, I'm looking at the OBS version of the screen and the H got faded. Hong Kong, okay, it's Hong Kong. Long Kong doesn't exist. Oh god. Has been unladen at the port of Hong Kong and passed into the care of the consulate staff there. Should have been? Well, it turns out that his body never arrived. It just disappeared. Huh? Nani? Kazuma's body vanished? Our government tried to cover the fact up, it seems. They erected a grave on the cliffs by our hometown. Except Kazuma-sama isn't there. Did Professor Mikotoba know about this? Yes, it would seem that he did. But he didn't tell me. They're still investigating what happened to Kazuma-sama's body as we speak. I just don't believe it. Then what is this acute feeling of apprehension I have all of a sudden?
Nani? Kazuma-sama's body.
Who the hell would take his body? And why? Nishimiya-san, ohisashiburi.
Hello, Nishimiya. Ohisashiburi da ne.
Hi! Long time no see. I hope you were able to welcome the new year properly or well. You're okay, but the inside feeling is not, oh no, wake me up inside. Going.
Wow. Well, hopefully you'll feel better, ne? Just imagine the best memory you've got so far.
Or we can always fantasize about things.
Escapism. Like fantasize about eating a whole buffet without getting full. Now that's paradise. Paradiso.
Your senpai's terminated? Oh, condolences. I know the person's not dead, but I don't really know what to say. But condolences.
Senpai-san. Oh god.
Yeah, those kinds of stuff kind of suck, don't they? When I was in my workplace also, like, one of the teachers, well, not really terminated, but she quit to change career, but it was sad when she went away. I hope your senpai will be alright.
Gamarimasu.
Thinking back now, some of the things that happened on the SS Burya were definitely strange. I mean, after he died, we never saw his body again, didn't we?
Kazuma-sama. Kazuma-sama.
She accidentally leaked the information to third parties. Wait a minute, is this about Mel of Hololive? Or is this just a coincidence? Because I've read about it. And well, as much as I want to sympathize though, if she broke the NDA, then the contract, it's a legal document, it's an agreement. So nothing we can do. And if they let her get away with it, it becomes a Pandora's box for everyone else to get away with stuff. So I do commend Cover Corp. Sorry, I keep forgetting that they're like. I do think that it's commendable that they follow their rules regarding that, because it's no joke though if it's an NDA and if it's part of your contract. Ne? Started watching her since 2020. So desu ne. Well, who knows? Maybe she'll reincarnate. Usually that's the trend, isn't it? Could it be? Could it be that he's actually still alive? Stop it, Mr. Naruhodo. It's too much to bear. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Just thinking about the possibility pains me so very much. She's not your Oshi. So desu ne. I didn't really get to watch her much. So she's not my Oshi either, but I do sympathize, empathize. I can't remember the difference of those two anymore. Sympathize, I guess, to her fans or those who followed her, of course. It's always painful to lose your Oshi, ne? Cast your mind back for a moment, Mr. Naruhodo. When Kazuma-sama was discovered, Mr. Sholmes was there, wasn't he? And he definitely examined the body. I remember it clearly. You're right. So if Kazuma hadn't actually been dead at all, it would mean that Mr. Sholmes had lied to us. Wait, what if Sholmes did lie to us? But then what reason would he have to do so though? There's something fishy about this. They wouldn't bring this back if it was for no reason. But there's no reason why he would possibly have done such a thing. I suppose that's true, yes. The idea that he might still be alive somewhere. It wants to fill me with hope, but I can't let it. Because if it turned out not to be true, then I'd be back at the bottom of that awful pit of despair again. I'm terrified of what that might do to me. Oh, Miss Susato. I know she's given the idea the thought it deserves. It's Susato-san we're talking about after all. So I probably shouldn't push it now. You take medicine, but it's no use.
わあ、頑張るね。西宮さん。頑張ろう、頑張る。
Okay, I guess we can look at some stuff. I guess. You have water gently boiling on the stove, I see. It feels wrong somehow if I can't hear the water bubbling away. And we have plenty of logs. It's not like we have to worry about paying for gas. It's important to open the window for fresh air when the fire's burning there. You can't keep it closed just because it's cold outside. It could be a matter of life and death. Avoiding the freezing winter is a matter of life and death too, if you ask me. Hello. Perhaps a nice cup of tea will warm you up later. We already witnessed one corpse suddenly standing up.
Eh?
Which one? I don't remember. Which corpse?
Care to remind me? 忘れちゃったね。
Thinking back, that spade's been in here since we first moved in, hasn't it? I'm sure I've told you before, Mr. Naruhodo. It's not a spade, it's a shovel. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade.
No, spades are for digging.
That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. The great spade shovel war rages on. I didn't know there's a difference between the two. Huh, weird. Oh, you're right! Sham spear! Oh my god. If Kazuma-sama is back, I'm gonna celebrate.
It must be about a year ago now. I wrote a really long story based on some of my father's old notes. It's about one of Hurley's greatest exploits. I called it The Hound of the Baskervilles.
But then Mr. Sholmes forbade you from publishing it and put the manuscript somewhere nobody could get their hands on it.
So nobody knows anything about it apart from Hurley and I. But for some reason, you know the title of it, didn't you, Suzy?
Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of the Baskervilles! I should love to read it! Oh yeah, we never got an explanation for that.
And you wouldn't tell me how you'd come to know it.
Yes, but I made you a promise that I would explain one day, didn't I? I think it's time.
Oh!
I'm only sorry I've had to keep it from you for so long, Iris.
Ooh, juicy. Juicy like my apricots in the chat.
It was completely by accident that I came to know the title of your manuscript, Iris. It was a short while before we left Japan. I was cleaning Father's study and I saw something on his writing desk. A large box of papers. There was a label affixed to the box that was written in English. It read, "The Hound of the Baskervilles." What?
My Baskerville story?
Of course, I had no idea what it was at the time. But Father came in and...
Susato! What are you doing?
I don't know how to make a guy's voice. Go, man. Oh, Father!
Did you look at those papers?
No, I simply read the label, that's all.
Well, put it out of your mind.
Sorry?
Forget that you ever saw it, and certainly don't tell anybody else about this. Do you understand? Wakaru ka?
はい。わかる、お父さん。
But what was Iris's manuscript doing in Japan? I have no idea. But when I heard Iris mention the word Baskerville that day, the title just slipped out. I would never have guessed that it was an unpublished account of one of Mr. Shom's exploits.
Huh?
When I returned to Japan, I asked Father to explain, but he refused to answer any of my questions. And there was no sign of the big box in his office.
Huh?
That's really all I know about it. I have no doubt that Father has a very good reason for being so secretive about it, but still. I made up my mind to explain myself to both of you.
Well, thank you for being so honest, Susie.
Shuji wuji. So, Mr. Naruhodo, I'm ready to start investigating if you are. I've committed every detail about the case to memory. And Iris has told me about the disturbing happening at the Waxwork Museum as well. So, you're fully abreast of the situation already, huh, Mr. Satoru? I'd expect nothing less, to be honest. I would think our first port of call should be to investigate this Mr. Drebber, the engineer responsible for building the elaborate machine that was used to effect this extraordinary trick. Yes, a conjurer of sorts. By the sound of it, well, known in the field of science and magic. Then we need to go and arrest him. Oh, well, yes. He must know the truth behind this case, so I agree we really need to find the man.
It sounds like a case of tracking someone down. Which is a job for the police. Or a great detective.
Are we supposed to guess who she might be thinking of? We don't have much time, so we need to get started straight away, I think.
Good idea. Well, best of luck then.
Oh, you're not coming today?
I'm going to Bixon Road shortly for the herb market. But let me know later how you got on, won't you?
That was a little abrupt. The pull of the herb market must be strong.
Herb. Herb.
Well, herbs are delicious.
Herb. Herb. Herb.
A new location has been added. What could it be? What could it be? Experimental stage, Madame Two Spells.
Wait, what?
Hey? What's the place that's added? I'm not sure.
None.
Well, at least we don't need to go to prosecutor's office. Experimental stage? Is that the one? I guess it's one of these places?
Oh no.
I guess we can go to Two Spells.
October 23rd, Madame Two Spells.
Oh my! No wonder it's called the House of Horrors. I'd like to turn on my heels and go straight home. Via the confectionery. Being scared makes you crave sweets? I can understand that. I was looking forward to a reunion after 6 months away. But there's no sign of Mr. Sholmes anywhere.
That's strange. He should be here investigating the abduction of the waxwork.
Oh well, I suppose we'll just have to come back again later.
Oh, it's not here? Oh, so saddening.
I guess there's nothing to look at here then. Nothing seems to have changed. Can we go here at the back?
Ah yes, the heavy curtains in the middle of the House of Horrors. Whatever's on the other side of them, you just know it's going to be terrifying, don't you?
Iro! Hello! How are you? Good evening and nice to meet you. Long time no see.
Hi, Iro!
Iro-san, how are you?
Have you been well? I forgot what I was about to say. Short-term memory loss. But yeah, I hope you were able to welcome the new year well, ne?
And so far it's been going more or less okie-dokie. Ne? Okie-dokie-dokie. Donke-donke-donke.
You're dying but doing great.
Yes! 私たちも We are also just dying. Even my dog. He is asleep, like a dead corpse.
Morbid joke, but he's not dead. He's alive and well. He just looks like he's dead because of the way he sleeps.
Typical Anzu-san, love you. Love? Honto? Arigato ne. I love everybody as well ne. Takatan. Yeah.
If you love everybody, then nobody will hurt each other unless you just want to out of teasing. Doggy is cutie. Yes, that is true. Doggy is so cutie. And so fat. But good news is he's been losing a bit of weight. So hopefully I could slim him down, at least for the first half of the year. The sign says it's the Madame Two Spells special exhibition. It seems you have to pay extra to go inside.
I know, can you believe that?
Pay more money as if we haven't been scared enough already?
Herbal tea. Yes, herbal tea.
The missing H.
Habaru.
Well, actually, there's a dialect in the Philippines wherein the letter H is silent when you speak to people who are from the regions that use that dialect. Kapangpangan. My dad's Kapangpangan, so when we visit our relatives, all of their letter H just disappears. So if your name is, for example, Herbert, so the H is silent, they'll call you Herbert. Yeah. Happy would be Api. It's not my doing, Mr. Naruhodo.
Naruhodon't.
Okay, so it looks like we have nothing to do here.
What about experimentation stage?
October 23rd, the Great Exhibition, Grounds, Foot of the Crystal Tower. Doggy! Oh, whoa, Minasan! Hey guys, you saw that, right? You saw that? You saw Doggy and Gina? Oh, we're going to... Okay, calm down, Anzu. It's just a doggy. But it's so cute. Calm. You will see it. Calm. Okay. Calm. Okay. I had no idea there were so many people in the world. I know what you mean. It's really packed here today. It feels as though it's taken us 2 hours just to make our way through the crowds to this point. Has it? I shut my brain down so I don't really notice, to be honest. Gosh, I do wish I had your absence of mind sometimes, Mr. Naruhodo. Is that a compliment? Is that a compliment or an insult? There you are. I had a feeling you lot would show your mugs before long. Oh, it was Gregory. I thought it was Gina. Oh, Inspector Gregson. I see you're hard at work as usual. Warm greetings to you. I do hope you've been keeping well since we last met. What's with all the ceremony? We just saw each other in court this morning. Now you sunshine, the gentlewoman so loyally at your side.
Oh, why thank you, Inspector. How good of you to notice.
He might be a bit rough around the edges, but he's still a proper English gentleman at heart, I suppose. As you probably guessed, we're here hoping to investigate the scene some more. Right, well, that's the young trainee's domain. Oi! Get over here, Gina! Doggy. She seems to be busy playing with a puppy, probably giving it a traditional East End training. Doggy. Gina? She's a police officer now? Amazing, isn't it? She's a good kid, actually. Heart's in the right place anyway. She's got the detection bug, if you ask me. Yep, I think she'll follow my footsteps nicely. What do you mean? I'm being transferred. It's time for me to say toodle-doo to London.
Oh, Greggy is gonna get transferred.
Oh no, really? That's a bit sudden, isn't it? I had no idea. Well, where are you going to be posted then? We'll come to see how you're going along. Getting along, I mean. Not likely, but you're welcome to try if you don't mind a trip to France, that is.
He's going to France. His fish and chips is gonna turn into Frenchy fry.
To France? France, eh? I'll be working in the Paris police prefecture. She'll be right up my alley. But France? It's an entirely different country. I don't understand. Why would you be sent there? That's the way the adult world works, sunshine. Oh, don't go poking your nose in where it's not wanted. Fries and fresh. Or he would have fries and croissant. Or baguette.
Garlic bread. Wow. I want to buy a baguette and make garlic bread now. Wow.
I'm intending to take the kid with me when I go. What? You're taking Gina to Paris?
Paris?
Well, I can't leave her here in London. Who knows what'll come of her? I suppose he's worried she'd slip back into slipping her hands into people's pockets and purses. I don't think he's worried about her pickpocketing, Mr. Naruhodo. I think he's worried about the Reaper. Oh, of course! So that's playing on Inspector Gregson's mind too, isn't it? For those who don't know, because in the previous case, in the previous scene, the first trial, so Gina is one of the witnesses along with Gregson here. So maybe, maybe he's scared that they might end up becoming a victim of the quote-unquote curse of the Reaper, of the Bailey. Hello there! I don't know how to pronounce your name. I hope I'm not gonna butcher it, but Chong Mao? Mao-san? You think that Apollo Justice is way better than any of Great Ace Attorney games? Wow! I've played the original trilogy with Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth. I've also played Miles Edgeworth's game, the first and second one. But I haven't finished the second one. My data got corrupted for that. I've also played the the Apollo Justice games. My favorite character there is Emma Sky. Every time she flicks that snaku on Apollo's forehead. Golden. For Great Ace Attorney, so far, I also like the characters. The story, sometimes it kind of... how do I explain? Like in the original trilogy and Apollo Justice, the cases that connect to each other to, bring you to the climax of the last case, which basically brings about everything, like the big case, was pretty well paced in my opinion. And I guess maybe also the comedic parts were more lighthearted in those games. Here in the Great Ace Attorney one, I would say there are some jokes that you probably would only get if you either know some Japanese culture or Japanese language. Some of them are also quite corny. So it slips past the radar for most, I guess. And so far, yeah, the way the cases are connected, I feel like it was dragged on for too long. Like, we've been having hints here and there, but they're not showing bigger picture of it, Yeah, it's the weakest pacing. Yeah, I agree. Are you Japanese? No, I'm not Japanese, but I do speak English, Japanese, and Filipino. I'm a Filipino, actually. And IRL, I am a Japanese language teacher. That's why I can speak Nihongo in the first place. Yeah. But nice to meet you, though.
Hi.
But yeah, the pacing so far does catch me off a bit. And some of the cases kind of makes you think a little extra on what to present. Or sometimes it kind of catches you off a little bit, like what exactly you gotta give. So it's not as good in leading also, I would say, the player on what to do and pick compared to Apollo Justice and the original trilogy.
はい、よろしくお願いします。
Anyway, I haven't mentioned any of this to Gina. So don't go blabbing, you hear me? No, of course not. I'm gonna keep that diving diva safe and sound. Until all this is over, at least. Oi! Did you just call me a blooming diving... Blooming? Wow, instead of bloody. Blooming diving diva again? So you heard that, didn't you? Right, well, any questions about the scene, you can put them to my capable detective diva here.
Oh, what's with the face, Nishimiya-san? Nani?
Alright, you heard the boss. Inspector Lestrade's in charge here now. I suppose I better keep my word and not mention anything about Paris. So, Gina, you've got a new dog, have you? I'm so sorry. I get excited with cute animals. So cute! Oh, look at the little puppy! かわいいね! 本当にかわいい! Hurrah!
I wanna hold it. I want to hold puppy.
Isn't it great? Toby's name? Oh, how delightful! He's absolutely adorable. Yes, the dog does seem lovely. But it's not so lovely Inspector Gregson that's playing on my mind, to be honest. Your eyes keep making fluids while watching?
Oh no! Maybe you have a allergy. 네, 니시미야-san. Allergy.
We'll talk about the dog last. Doggy. Oh, hello, Uhtred, my doggy. I'm sorry to wake you up. My dog's like looking at me. Are you two timing? It's okay. You're still the cutest. I love you. My dog stood up and decided to take a nap at the corner of the room. I think he's jelly. Gina, we were actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again. Yeah, alright, it's around here, you can do what you like. Oh, that's great, is it?
Doki doki doki.
Oh, look at the tongue! Look at his tongue!
I wanna boop the tongue. Oh, and nose. So cute, so cute.
Ooh. I'm gonna be playing with my new friend here. Ah, yes, Toby.
So cute, so cute, so cute.
Woof. So cute. Give me Toby. I want Toby. The machine that exploded must be at the top of those stairs, I presume. I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind. It's alright. Can't go up there, Suze. Oh! It's like I told Odo yesterday. Even I ain't allowed near the rope. The wreck. What's it called again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it. The Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. Is that what you were thinking of? That's the one. That's why only them lot are allowed to investigate it. What are they called again? The forensic something. The forensic investigation team. Is that what you were thinking of? That's the one, yeah. Oh no, you're lagging, Nishimiya-san. Hurrah.
だったいちょぷ頑張ります、インターネットさん。
But isn't it the case that the special dispensation has been lifted? I think so. I don't really get it, to be truthful with you. You're still supposed to get permission from some bigwig or other, as far as I know. What was his name again? Lord Strange something? I'm not sure that's quite right, Gina. I think you mean Lord Strongheart, perhaps? That's the one, yeah. Apparently he's always watching the time or something. So without Lord Strongheart's express permission, we can't investigate on the stage.
Wow, strong heart. Why you not give heart to love?
It was great. It was great, wasn't it? I had a right laugh. It was a new one on me then. You know, being in court and not spending the whole time worrying about the file. I don't know how to read. Wait. You know, being in court and not spending the whole time worrying I'm about to be found out. You did keep an awful lot of secrets in all your previous court appearances, didn't you? Yeah, and all those made things hard for me every single time and all. Just doing my job, Juno. Watching someone else get in the neck is a lot of fun, actually. It was amazing when you showed that dodgy professor's dodgy experiment was a total fix. The dodgy professor, as you put it, Gina, is Mr. Naruhodo's client. Yeah, I'm starting to wish he wasn't, though.
Oh, thank you for the watering in the post chat. Holy crap. Nice.
Today's drink is coffee. Coffee. Coffee wa oishii. Oh, that's kind of sad. 美味しいですけど冷たくなった。It tastes good, but it has become cold without ice. Ah, lukewarm. Ah, 心が痛い。It's the boss I feel sorry for, sent off to do the impossible. What do you mean? He's supposed to arrest the other cove, ain't he? And in time for tomorrow and all. You know the dodgy engineer? What's his name again? Mr. Drebber, you mean? Enoch Drebber. That's the one, yeah? Ice coffee. No, it's not ice coffee. There's no ice. And it's not cold. It was hot coffee that got cold. Yeah, but it still tastes good. But when you have the expectation to feel warmed up. So the police are looking for this mysterious man with the black monocle. I guess they would be. It's pretty too much on the boss if you ask me. He says it's giving him gut ache. Oh dear, but I do wonder if that isn't actually from all the fried food.
Too much fish and chipu. Fish and chipu. Chipu chipu. Hi, coffee got cold. Meh.
So, Scotland Yard are trying to track down Mr. Enoch Drebber. I wonder if they've had any luck. He's really fun looking. Got two eyes what don't match. Stole a glimpse of a picture of him earlier. I mean, I didn't actually pinch it or nothing. The old devil's got it. Sorry? Who? You know, that Scully Reaper was always glugging down glasses of the blood-red plunk. Ah, Lord Van Zeeks. He's always had it in for me, that cove. Don't know what he's always calling about mine. Probably would have been a pretty good boss as it goes. She'd rather be the Reaper's apprentice than the detective's trainee. The way I see it, if the choice is between a chip-guzzling detective and a chalice-glugging demigod, you're equally badly off with both. I suppose you're right. I hadn't thought of it like that. Well, hello, it's Red, my doggy. Glad you put that one to bed. Anyway, the point is everyone at the yard's dead set on finding the fishy engineer. But there don't seem to be no clues to go on, so they're stuck. There's nothing that can lead us to Drebber at all. Drebber. He's probably dribbling somewhere. Where did you find that little mutt then, Gina? Oi! Don't be so flaming rude, Odo. Slight overreaction, don't you think? He ain't no mutt, alright. Toby's old... How did we put it? Oh yeah, a bona fide detective. Sorry? I'm giving it a proper title and everything. It's Chief Inspector Toby to ya. More senior than Inspector Gregson, is he? Oh, my voice cracked there. Oh, so he's a police dog, is he? The police recruit dogs now? I've heard that they're already being used officially in Germany as part of their city policing. Policing. They're used for chasing criminals and such like. They have a wonderful sense of smell after all. I have a fairly good sense of smell myself, as it happens. I can tell undergarments that have been freshly laundered from undergarments that haven't.
Ah, eto, ano,
それはちょっと変だね。That's a little strange. なるほど。out of all the things to point out, that's nothing compared to this little fella, Odo. Oh, really? Oh, it's so cute. Look, it's licking her. Oh, so cute. Look at the puppy. According to what the boss said, once Toby's ears got a whiff of your drawers. Look at that. She points the dog at you and it's like a sniffing radar thingy, mom. Look at his tail. Ah, so cute. He could chase that scent to the other side of the world. What? To the other side of the world? You mean he can swim? Have you played Ace Attorney in original before? It must be very confusing since they remade all names and half the dialogues. I haven't been able to play it in the original, so I remember the names a bit because I watched the what do you call that? A musical play? There's a stage play adaptation of the original trilogy. I think they made special cases or so, or I think based on certain episodes. I saw it on YouTube and then I was like, wait, their names are different. And then I believe there was a live action movie. I watched that as well and I was like, oh, so that's their Japanese names. Yeah, the stage plays are awesome. So for anyone else who wants to see it, you just simply Google for it. Like it's translated. Someone translated it. It's very interesting. And I like the actors. The way that they brought the characters to life were pretty good. Oh my god. But yeah, I know of their original names, but mostly just the main cast. For like the what you call them, the witnesses and stuff. Some of them I don't remember. Yeah. And yeah, some of the dialogues are quite different from what I heard. So it's a little interesting how they tackled the translation, in my opinion, like the localization to English. I think it's interesting. And the running joke that everyone forgets this is all in Japan, technically, the original one. But it makes it look like it's in the US. Oh. Mr. Naruhodo, I think you may have missed the point by rather a wide margin. I just can't believe this little dog has such an incredible skill. I'm telling you, Odo, there's gonna be more and more dogs doing their bit for the police in the future. She's not wrong. Yes, I agree. Why? One of these days they'll be barking orders at us lot, not the other way around. Ew, that's scary. Oh dear. Sorry, Gina, I don't think I agree with your wisdom, with your vision quite that much. Well, anyway, whatever you think about that, Toby here is Britain's first police dog. So cute. I found him down the East End the other day. Someone had just chucked him out on the street. What heartless person would do that? That has to be the first person we'll find, investigate, and interrogate. What? How can you toss such a dear angel into the streets? There you go. I knew she lifted him from somewhere. Oh, Gina, you're such a kind-hearted soul, aren't you? To children and to animals.
Wow, kawaii. Wow, I want to be. I want to pato-pato.
Okay, so we have to go to prosecutor's office. Oh, sorry, not this one. Lord Chief Justice. Do you know I don't believe we visited this place for some time? Alright. Strong heart! Give me heart! Oh, 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 her. Her. She's pale as snow. Maybe it's Snow White's grandmother or something. Or descendant.
October 23rd. British Supreme Court. Lord Chief Justice Office. Oh, who's that standing beside Lord Strongheart? I wonder. I've never seen her before.
Oh, we've been spotted.
I can't do older man voice. I'm so sorry.
Ah, the young champion of the court. You had some success this morning, I understand. And you've thrown the entire government into disarray as a result.
Oh. You mean because of Professor Harebrain's experiment?
Sham scientists being demonstrated at London's great exhibition. The country's been made to look foolish, and now politicians are scrambling to respond. Lord Van Zieks is in Whitehall as we speak, giving an emergency briefing.
Oh dear, I didn't mean to cause any trouble.
None of this is your responsibility. The government is entirely to blame for having been taken in. The special dispensation that prevents investigation at the scene will be annulled later today. Once that happens, my forensic investigation team will move in and deal with that scrap metal in no time.
It's scrap metal now, is it?
Wow, she's so white. Wow, so pale.
Is she a corpse?
Wow.
I wonder if it's a lab coat. Is she a doctor? What kind of voice should we give her? I don't know if I've run out of voices. Eto.
Until later then, Lord Strongheart. Yes, thank you.
Who is that?
That was Dr. Courtney Sith, Scotland Yard's esteemed chief coroner.
Saw no sun in 1,000 years. She's a vampire! Vampire!
She's leading the forensic investigation team's handling of this case.
You look just as pale since I have not seen the sun since October. You live in the northern region.
Oh, そうですね. Wow.
I'm a light brown, I would say. Since I live in the tropical island of the Philippines, we got sun a lot. So we hide from the sun. Would you like to borrow the sun? Negative 37? Oh my god! Since December?
Oh. Wow, すごい.
So far the coldest we've had since 2024 started is like 20 degrees, at least in the main city. I cannot imagine what's negative 37.
Wow. 寒いだね. 寒すぎるだね.
Oh, if you throw water in the air, does it become... I mean, I know it's a bit childish to ask maybe, but out of curiosity, does it become ice? Like those videos I see, like, whoosh, and then freeze. Can I turn into Mr. Frozone? Ho, ho. Outside is even colder. Fine. I dress up like a sushi roll just to stay warm.
Wow. She was just delivering her report about the victim, in fact.
Oh, I see. How about Mr. Asman?
Following the outcome of the trial earlier, I asked the coroner's office to re-evaluate its findings. I don't have time to tell you what she concluded. If you want to know, you'll have to ask her directly. You can find her in the forensics laboratory.
All right.
Now, what were you here to see me about? I can give you 7 minutes and 39 seconds of my time.
So he's not running quite so spectacularly late anymore.
Wow.
Cosmic!
Ohisashibure! Hello, Cosmic. Welcome back, welcome back. How are you? How are you?
How is New Year's Day for you? I hope you were able to celebrate the holidays well and welcome the New Year more or less alright. What exactly is the forensic investigation team that you mentioned before?
The British Empire's police force must become the most exemplary in the world. For that to happen, it's imperative that we embrace forensic science and everything it has to offer. I first created the forensic investigation team a year ago now, unofficially of course, to pave the way.
Goodness, a year ago?
At next month's symposium, I intend to present the result of the work to the world. Once I do that, the House of Lords will be powerless to oppose the creation of a full-scale forensic division.
Oh no. Eto. When I was reading the word oppose, do you guys know Samurai Jack from Cartoon Network? I imagined the intro. Long ago in a... Oh no, I can't do Aku's voice. It's still kind of iconic. Long ago in a distant land, I, Aku, I can't do it. I, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleash an unspeakable evil. But a foolish samurai warrior wielding a magic sword stepped forward to oppose. Whooshing, whooshing, whooshing. Before the final strike was struck, I tore a portal open in time and plunged him into the future, where my evil is law. Now the fool seeks to return to the past and undo the evil that is, and undo the future that is Aku.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Oh my god, the whole sequence played in my head. One of my favorites. Samurai Jack.
Wow, skill move. Hello, hello.
But you're chatting from Twitch. Why from Twitch? You have the badge. You're chatting from my Twitch chat. Nani? Nani? Okay, where were we? We were sidetracked so bad. Intrusive thoughts are winning.
And once that happens, the position of Attorney General will be mine, and criminals will suffer dearly.
What do you mean?
For too long, those scoundrels have made a mockery of our legal system with false evidence and bribes. But London's scum is about to be rounded up and burnt in the fires of hell. I intend to see it to personally. By creating the finest police force the world has ever known to protect our honor and our future.
Pachi pachi pachi.
Look at those eyes. He means every word.
Dr. Sith is an extremely reliable coroner. When I officially establish the forensic division at Scotland Yard, she will run it as my right-hand woman. Now then, speaking of the symposium, Miss Mikotoba.
Yes, my lord.
Your father should be on the high seas as we speak. making his way here to represent the Empire of Japan.
Yes, that's right.
I understand he will arrive at the beginning of next month. Are you acquainted, Lord Strongheart? With Professor Mikotoba, I mean.
Dotto 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 dotto.
It was many years ago now, but yes, I remember Dr. Mikotoba very well.
Oh? Wow, they know each other.
Nani? If my memory serves, it was some 15 years ago that your father came to Britain as a visiting student.
It was the year I was born. So yes, 16 years ago in fact.
Mikotoba was a young practitioner of forensic science, and Jikoku accompanied him as a young promising judge. The punctiliousness, is that how you read it? The punctiliousness and politeness of the Japanese at the time impressed us greatly.
Snap.
Now that I wish to not that I wish to imply impoliteness or carelessness on your part in any way.
I didn't think that you were.
Dr. Mikotoba studied forensics at one of London's large hospitals, St. Sinus, if I'm not mistaken. Dr. Sith was also there then, as it happens.
Then Dr. Sith knows my father, does she?
She was a young medical assistant at the time, so I doubt their paths crossed regularly. But I've no doubt they knew each other superficially. After all, Dr. Mikotoba was here studying his subject for some 6 years in total.
6 years? That's a long time to be studying abroad, isn't it? I lived with my grandmother those years.
So he left his newly born daughter behind
And went overseas for 6 whole years?
It was a rather turbulent time at home.
Oh. Perhaps father wanted a reason to get away.
What do you mean, why?
Dotto dotto dotto.
Well, clearly something was going on at the time.
Wait, where's her mom? Did her mom die early? I can't remember. I don't remember any detail about Mikotoba's, Susato's mother.
Hello, Miwa Lord. I'm still Nectarine. It's 2024. I'm an apricot. God darn it. But hello. Nice to meet you. How was your New Year's and your holiday?
I hope it was good, ne?
Ito, I just remember eating too much. Lord of Van Zeeks.
I wanted to ask you about Lord Van Zeeks, actually. I heard that his older brother was killed some years ago by a mass murderer known as the Professor, who targeted nobles and royalty, is that right? You Japanese are a thorough lot. You've done your research well? Yes.
Snap.
And you could say it was that very incident that gave rise to the Reaper.
What?
Why?
Oh, you got your hands on F-Zero GX? How is it? How is it? I haven't tried. I think it's one of the added stuff, maybe? Also in the Nintendo subscription, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Because I remember my brother, I think he tried it, so I don't know. I could also be wrong. My memory is a blur.
I'm amnesiac.
Oh no! Who am I? Who are you? What are we?
Who are you, Strong Hato?
when his brother Clint Van Zieks was murdered. It was just after young Baroque had graduated from the University of London and became a prosecutor. When obvious criminals who managed to evade conviction in court started disappearing, rumors quickly spread throughout the capital. Londoners started to say that wherever Baroque Van Zieks went, the ghost of his dead brother wasn't far behind. Oh my word! So Lord Van Zieks isn't the Reaper. It's the ghost of his brother. Ka-chow! GX is great and really hard. F-Zero GX has never been released. Oh, okay. F-01X and F-099 are on Switch. Ah, okay. So the one that my brother was talking about was different. So. Zero GX, the game when Sega showed every Nintendo fan that they are superior game developers. Zero games were produced then. True. That's true. I heard that Mario Kart 8 was supposed to be F-Zero. And those were like the rumors. When I heard that, I kind of wish Mario 8 didn't exist and I wish they gave F-Zero a chance because honestly, I feel like it would be an interesting thing to do. GX was developed by the same people that made Super Monkey Ball. Yeah, they are. The same developer, right? Did you try to play Little Nightmares? I actually have 1 and 2. Little Nightmares 1 and 2. But I haven't played it yet. I know a bit of the story, but not the entire thing. Because I watched a bit of it from other people. And then I saw, hey, that looks like an interesting game. So it's still in my library. In the huge backlog I got. Recently though, I've been playing Baldur's Gate off stream. If you guys want me to stream Baldur's Gate, let me know. Because I haven't finished a run-through yet, but I'm already thinking that the next character I'll make for the next run-through would be a character that just has all these moves, but is useless in a way. Or maybe a bard. Yeah, a bard of some kind. Yeah. So it is true, they wanted to make Mario Kart 8 as F-Zero. Or was it just Mario Kart in general?
Super Mario.
Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in London's legal circles. Is it just me or the audio disappeared? That's weird. Did the loop of the music just end? Whoa, that's weird. Oh yes, Lord Strongheart. Go ahead. It's about Professor Harebrain's experimental machine. We'd like your permission to examine the remains if possible. This is so weird, there's no music. Oh, maybe it's just my headset. Wow. It exists on the OBS thingamabab. Weird. My headphones are dying. We need to buy new ones.
Rappy.
Are you well versed in science then?
Nani?
Oh no, did the game freeze? Oh! Minasan! The game, it frozen. Nani? What? No! I haven't saved! No! Yobe. Nothing moves. Wah! Chotto. It's too quiet. Wah! It froze! No! Maybe that's why the music disappeared. It's frozening like a mahato. No! Okay, looks like we'll have to restart the game.
Itai! Itai! Kokoro ga itai yo.
This is horrible.
Why? I don't know why.
Tell me why. Why did you freeze somewhere? Tell me why. It's okay. It's not like you completed the boss battle or something. True, I could just skip along.
But still.
I'm lazy to go back.
Capcom.
Gosh.
Wow, nani?
How could you do this to me, game? Oh, it auto-saved. Okay, we good. Oh, not too far. Yes, we are blessed. GX was last internationally. Oh, so this.
Okay, scroll. Yatta!
Okay, so yeah, we're not too far. It's about Lord Van Zeeks. Okay, Rise to the Reaper. Clint. Sounds like Flint. Okay, just a little more text box. It's the fastest it can go, unfortunately. Because I also don't like it being too fast, because sometimes it hurts my eyes. Flicker. Oh my word! If Susato was British. Oh my word! So Lord Van Zeeks isn't the Reaper? It's the ghost of his brother? Ever since that time, he became a very aloof figure in London's legal circles. Oh yes, Lord Strongheart. Oh, go ahead. It's about Professor Harebrain's experimental machine. We'd like your permission to examine the remains if possible. Oh, so the music really got off here, huh? Are you well versed in science then?
Not in the slightest.
In fact, you could say I was barely aware of the subject at all until recently. Have you ever watched Beyblade? Yes. The English dub, because that was what was airing here in the Philippines at that time. And then at one point they made a Filipino dub also, but I didn't bother to watch it because the time slot at that time conflicted my schooling. Yeah, but I remember. I think Ray was my favorite character back then. For what I remember, the dude with the tiger. Beyblade Moses is the greatest thing ever.
Hey, is that a new one?
I didn't even know they had new ones. I mean, I also watched Crush Gear Turbo at one point. And I had a Crush Gear before. Oh gods. And I did have Beyblades before also. Oh my god. Memories. Well, the special dispensation legally prevented investigation of the machine is recently being annulled. Within a few hours, Dr. Sith's team of forensic experts will begin their own investigation. But I suppose until then, there's no harm in you looking at the wreckage, as long as you touch nothing.
Thank you.
Being able to look at it is better than nothing. And I'll be able to see it too. Your time is up. You'll have to excuse me now, I'm afraid. My next engagement calls. We are extremely sorry to have troubled you when you are so busy, my lord. I have important matters to attend to in preparation for the symposium, you understand. Beyblade Metal Fusion was the second series and easily the most ridiculous one. Really? I don't know any of the newer ones. Interesting. Maybe I should try looking for it, like where to watch them. You had Beyblade Roses and a Beyblade that opened the gates to hell? Huh? And a Beyblade that creates an entire universe in black holes? Huh? 面白いよ. Really? Interesting. Interesting. Beyblade Metal Fusion solos Naruto and One Piece. Really? Oh! You can recommend Beyblade Metal Fusion. Alright, I'll try to look it up. Hi. Oh! This one! The skeleton! I've always wanted one like this. And I always wanted to like dress it up every holiday or season, but I don't think they really sell the big human-sized ones anymore, unless you're like in the medical field. Like nowadays, it's just those mini small figures. I kind of feel sad. Next best thing would be Halloween season, and probably just find the closest thing to the actual anatomy, I guess. Jesus didn't die for our sins; he died for our spins. Oh God, I like that one. I believe this is it. Dr. Sith's laboratory. That chemical smell really assaults the nose. And there's plenty to assault the eyes in here too. It looks as though the doctor isn't here. But we're here now, so we may as well do some sightseeing, don't you think? What a seasoned tourist you've become, Mrs. Sato. We could just have a little look around, being careful to not upset any restless souls. Haven't you wondered why the earth rotates?
Not really.
Never thought about it. Maybe so that we'd have the concept and matter of time? Question mark? It's Beyblade. The world, the earth is just a Beyblade. All the planets are just Beyblades. And we all go in a spherical round thingy, right? We're all just Beyblades. Yeah. Yahari. A table and a set of sharp tools. When you consider each in isolation, it all looks quite innocent. So why is it that when you put them side by side, they seem so horribly disturbing? It might be best not to ponder it too deeply. Seeing the large tome that's open on the desk does make me wonder, though. How can anybody concentrate on bookwork with this acrid odor of chemicals in the air? You'd either have to have a cast iron constitution or a really terrible sense of smell. The music just died. This is so weird. I'm gonna put my BGM whenever the music dies. It's too quiet. But now it sounds too happy, doesn't it? It's weird.
Hey, look at us! We're examining a forensics lab with all these dead things and specimens. Woo, let's have a happy background music. Yahoo! Yahoo! Are you ready?
First there was nothing and then God said, "Let it rip!" That explains a lot, actually. There's probably no music for the sake of suspense. I don't know. It's just not characteristic of the game. I think it is a feature, like you should be focused when the music fades away. Ah, is that so? Okay, let's cancel my BGM. So desu ka? Can you play Basement Theme from Resident Evil Director's Cut? I want to, but I might get copyrighted here on YouTube for it. Yeah. Oh man. I'm scared. I scared for copyrights. Those large jars seems to have pale things floating around inside them. I suppose they're fruit liquors or something. Fruit? No, my dear Naruhodo-san. That's not the fruit. Or like the pickled umeboshi plums you make back at home. Ooh, definitely not umeboshi. Ah, Father had jars like that in his laboratory as well. I expect they're human organs in a preserving solution, probably as examples of some rare medical condition. Mrs. Sato, there are some things in the world that it's perfectly fine never to know about. Ever.
Oh,
So, as I said, I'm sure they're fruit liquors or umeboshi, aren't they?
oh, of course.
Can you be copyrighted for covers though? For what I know, if you make a cover, you may or may not be copyrighted. If it is monetized, you could be. If not, then it's a 50-50. You could be, you may not be. Some companies are okay with people making covers of their songs, so they don't really mind. But if it's one of those companies that are quite protective of their published songs, they may copyright you. And then if you do get copyrighted, two things can happen. One, nothing. They just let you off with it. Sometimes they take part of your income if you are monetizing it. And then the other thing that could happen is they'll ask you to take it down, or you'll get a strike, or you get the strike and it will be lifted until you get it taken down, I think, or so, something like that. It's quite a tricky thing. If you want to talk about copyright, guys, like music copyright is one of the most complicated things to discuss and implement. It's harder than copyrights on games, books, and movies. Way, way harder, if you ask me. Sonic music should be fine. Sega is rather chill for what I recall. Well, for what I know, Sega and Capcom, I think, are okay. Yeah. Capcom, I remember they made a statement, I think, in their Twitter, now known as X, page, wherein if you get copyrighted by them, it's because of the automatic detection system. So they just said, put a dispute and it will go away. Yeah. So that's what I know. Because I played Okami here in YouTube, and there was a copyright notification for the music from Sega. Sorry, not Sega, Capcom. And then, yeah, I just disputed it and said it's like for creative use, etc. like that. So yeah, it just went away after. But it took time. I haven't gone back to Okami either. Oh my god. My backlog. Oh, it's longer than my soul, my life.
I want the skeleton.
Well, look at this. What a magnificent display case. The cherry wood has been polished to a high sheen, and the intricate carving is a joy to behold. Western cabinet makers really are very skilled, aren't they? Do you have nothing to say about the skeleton inside, Mr. Naruhodo? Miss Susato, can't you tell I'm trying very hard to avoid talking about the terrifying contents of the case? It's how I cope! I'll be sure to remember that from now on.
Coping. Copium.
Look at this big thick book here. Ah, it appears to be an accounting ledger. It's a record of the forensic investigation team's spending, I think. Oh. What is it? It's clear that the team purchases various equipment and supplies on a monthly basis, but Well, one entry seems rather strange. Really? In what way?
They're buying 500 scalpels every month.
500? They must be working really hard on dissecting corpses.
I don't know. Judicial autopsies are only carried out in certain special circumstances. And scalpel blades can be sharpened too.
It does seem a bit strange. You're right. 500 scalpels a month? What could he possibly be using all of them for?
Well, maybe one of them is Sebastian Michaelis from Black Butler. Kurishisuji. He's using it to kill the people trying to infiltrate the Phantom Hive house, maybe? Or maybe they're Jack the Ripper. Hurrah! Because one of the theories, right, that Jack the Ripper was a medical profession person.
It's a person.
I don't know what voice to give, but if it's the lady earlier.
What are you doing?
Oh, it is her.
Sorry, we had something we wanted to ask you, but you weren't here, so... So you thought you'd snoop around. That's acceptable to you people from the East, is it? Well, what do you want?
Lord Strongheart told us you see that it was you who examined the victim's body. Mr. Asman's body? I mean? So we came to ask you about your findings on Lord Strongheart's advice.
Very well. If the Lord Chief Justice has given his consent, I'll tell you what our investigation revealed. But when we're done, you must leave immediately.
Wow, she's so cool.
She cool.
Your fundings.
So, you want to know what the forensic investigation team determined from its examination of the scene. The victim, Mr. Audi Asman, who disappeared from the experimentation stage amid an explosion, and the Mr. Asman, who appeared moments later partway up the Crystal Tower, were without question one and the same person. That is the team's conclusion.
But that can't be right. Cool, just like out of the freezer.
Yeah. Or out of the morgue.
Mm-hmm.
If it was an elaborate trick, we can only speculate about how it was carried out.
Let's see. If two people who looked very similar to each other were involved, they could have made it appear as if one single person had switched places, couldn't they?
Very true. But sadly, in this instance, that was not the case. The man who disappeared and the man who subsequently reappeared was the same person. The fingerprints at the scene make that quite evident.
Fingerprints.
They're not yet officially recognized as forensic evidence in the British justice system. But one day, they will be used as an investigative aid as a matter of course.
Oh my! But that would mean that the instantaneous kinesis is actually, that the instantaneous kinesis actually took place. So, where does that leave us?
My team was tasked with investigating, not drawing conclusions.
Instantaneous kinesis is impossible, and yet the body did move from one place to the other. This hasn't cleared anything up at all.
It made the whole thing even more of a mystery.
Pom pom pom.
Oh, who's this little birdie? Mama, she has a child. I'm going to assume she's also quite stoic. But what can we give her as a voice though? I don't want her to sound like her mom. Mama, what is this? Where did she spring from? And did she just call the doctor Mama? This is a lawyer, dear.
Oh,
Hello. To meet you. Pleasure to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Yes, I'm a defense lawyer. Ryunosuke.
Mama.
Yes. Can I cut this one up?
What? Nani?
Huh? I've never seen inside an Eastern person before. I want to know what it looks like. What? What? Huh? Of course you can't. It's a live specimen, as you can very well see.
Boring.
Boring? Are you okay, lady? I think I just had a near-death experience. Oh dear, Mr. Naruhodo, you're as pale as a corpse. Then let's see before I'm mistaken for one. Yabe! She wanted to take us. Oh. So, what are you doing at the moment, Doctor? Keeping a close eye on things, so no impertinent Easterners think they can look around my office. Are there such impertinent Easterners around? How terrible! Yes, you. She doesn't mince her words, Mrs. Sato. I think perhaps it's time we left.
そうでしょうね。
You had to send a mushroom?
Oh my. Is the mushroom getting bigger?
Maybe we go to the prison to talk to our client? Oh my god! He turned the wall into an equation board. Oh no. October 23rd, local prison cell 11.
It's okay, Nishimiya-san. I mean, I always poison everybody.
Dear Lord, this is going to be funny. Oh, hello! How are you, Blue? I want to shortcut it to just Blue.
Hi. How are you? How are you?
What's he doing? You're well, that's great. I hope you had a good holiday, ne? A good way to enter the year. If not, well, we can always make it up for the rest of the days. 364 and a half days. He's... Oh my! The whole wall of the cell is covered in mathematical equations. And he's still writing more now. Professor! Sorry to interrupt. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, and who is this young lady?
Hi, I look forward to Sunday as well, ne?
Let's do our best.
Yes, you. Mario Kart.
Mario Kart Deluxe. I'm probably going to be Yoshi since he's my favorite character in the Mario verse. Oh, Yoshi. I want a Yoshi plushie, goddamn. If I ever go to Japan, I'll try to buy one. I want a Yoshi. Diddy Kong is your new main.
Oh, Diddy Kong ですね。そう。
Ooh, I remember the Donkey Kong GBA game. Out of nowhere, like, oh. We had it when I was a kid and we had the GBA. My name is Susato Mikotoba. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. It's a pleasure to meet you, Professor. Ooh, is he having a crush? Is it love at first sight?
Oh, if I've only met a refined young woman like you sooner.
None of this would have ever happened. No, that's not logical. That makes no sense at all. Oh dear, I'm sorry if my presence here upsets you. I owe you an apology too, Professor. I didn't manage to deliver what I promised you I would in the court this morning. Oh, no. The whole thing, the whole miserable affair. It all happened because I've been such a complete and utter clot. Professor Hairbrain, what have you been working on in your cell? Oh, you mean that? Oh dear, how embarrassing. I was suddenly struck by an idea, you see, and I simply had to write it down. The war was all I had to hand. Oh, is it some new hypothesis? Something to surpass super high voltage instantaneous kinesis? Kinesis? Maybe? No, actually, this is my autobiography. Your autobiography? How I was diddled and fiddled by Albert Hairbrain. I found I can represent my odd fortunes. My odd fortunes with only odd numbers in an ambiguous set of simultaneous equations. Really? I'm going to have to pay back all the loans I took for the kinesis machine, you see? So it's going to be a new serial publication from next month. Part 1. An odd birth, an odd upbringing. You can't beat the man's optimism, that's for sure. Optimism. I see. Well, for now, would you mind if we talked a little more about the case? Oh, yes, of course. I've been working through the numbers. I was diddled, I was fiddled by the pair of them. My husband, and by that aloof engineer Drebba. We're not going to have to sit through an explanation of all those equations, are we?
Drebba. It's all about the drip, but the drip. No Drebba. The morning's trial.
Everything I believed in has been turned on its head. My research, Mr. Osman, the kinesis machine, my hypotheses even. I'm sorry it has come to this. There was really no other way. No, it's not your fault. I wanted to protect my work, but in the end there was nothing worth protecting.
そうですね。
It was never my intention to deceive anyone. I didn't want to trick the public. No, of course you didn't. But in court this morning I realized something. Oh? If you've done something wrong without knowing it, you've still done something wrong. Logically, it makes no difference if you were aware of it or not. Ignorance is a poor excuse. The blame still lies with me. Oh, Professor. Fun fact, there is an F-Zero anime. Oh, my brother told me about it, but I haven't actually seen it. And then he kind of just gave me a summary of the plot of what actually happens. I actually find it interesting. I kind of want to look for it. I hope it's available somewhere.
It's decent. I want to look at it because of, you know, like how did they make the material into an anime? Since I believe it's originally a video game, right? It started with the games. He believed in me this morning, you know. Baroque did. He believed in my hypotheses. The opening song, The Meaning of Truth, is a banger. Ooh, I will look up on it. Ne? Well, I think that was just a necessary factor in the prosecution establishing his case. No. Baroque wouldn't do something like that. I'm sure he genuinely believed it. Did he? I think I understand now. Why it was that he decided to take on the prosecution in my trial, I mean. Really? There's a meaning. A reason that we share. A reason that we feel what we feel. That's from Earth, Wind and Fire. Title is Reason, I believe. After the terrible accident happened, nobody would believe in my hypotheses anymore. Not the police, not the prosecution service, not any lawyers even. I feel like I dealt some kind of finishing blow there. So if any other prosecutor had taken the case, if it was anyone other than Baroque, I'm sure the prosecution would have declared my hypotheses a complete utter nonsense. Thank you for the posture and the water. The water? Snapu. And in that case, you would have been declared a fraud yourself, Miss Professor. Exactly. Which would have been a fate worse than death for me. I'll take care on your wife, Zili. But Baroque insisted that I was a proper man of science from start to finish. You think that's why he... I know him very well indeed. He's an extremely kind-hearted soul. But that extremely kind-hearted soul spent all morning trying to paint you as a murderer, didn't he? Well, admittedly, that part of the analysis appears to have some flaws in it. And what about the whole Reaper side of things? How does that fit in with the kind-hearted soul idea? If I remember right, I think Baroque was like saying if he does end up being innocent, I'll give you a ticket going out or something. If I remember right. Or I think if he ever gets jailed, that he'll have him transferred some place outside of London. I remember a scene like that, but I could be wrong also. Not 100% sure. Do you think he set out to trick me from the very start? I'm sorry to say, that does seem likely, yes. When I first met him, he introduced himself as a wealthy financier. He looked over the paper I'd written and said my work would benefit all humanity and must be pursued. He was so enthused. He was so enthused. He was so emphatic. But in reality, he was a mastermind of some vast criminal network, it seems. I still can't believe it. As the machine was essentially a set decoration for some stage magic. It probably didn't even require a large amount of investment, actually. But the scale of it was just some small trick. It was a very elaborate feat of deception. All young scientists, oh my god, I can't English anymore. All young scientists are full of hope about their burgeoning ideas, full of zeal. But none of us have any money. We want to do research, but we can't afford it.
Many of us take on barely legal part-time work to try to earn just a few measly pennies to carry on. To go through all of that, only to be taken for a complete fool. It's too rotten to believe. It is, I agree. And that's why we have to find those responsible and bring them to justice. Mr. Asman is no more, of course, which leaves only the engineer. Mr. Enoch Drebber.
Enoch. Knock.
Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock.
Who's there?
Banana. Banana who?
Knock. Who's there?
Banana.
Banana who?
Knock.
Who's there?
Banana. Banana who?
Knock.
Who's there? Orange. Orange who? Orange you. Happy me no banana?
Didich. It's a very old joke. I changed the last part a bit. I'm so sorry. My mind is just gone. Is he an engineer or a magician? Or a swindler? It was about a year ago when Mr. Osman first brought Mr. Drebber to meet me at my laboratory. Since then, I've met him many times to discuss details about the kinesis machine. But at no point did you have any inkling that he was just an illusionist? Oh, he definitely wasn't just an illusionist. What do you mean? He was a wealth of deep scientific knowledge. There's no question that the man's a genuine scientist. It's instantly apparent in conversation. I see. But the wretched man deceived you, Professor. It's unforgivable. We must do everything we can to find him and bring him to justice. The plot thickens very deeply to where the tension becomes thicker than pea soup.
そうですね。
Are there no more clues you can give us as to his whereabouts? We need a Shiva command. I think it'd be better if we had like is it called a montage clip or basically a clip that's edited, and then we'll put like the joke of the PTSD. Lol. I'm sorry. We only ever discussed the kinesis machine, nothing else. Coffee is just bean soup.
Well, yeah. Comes with coffee beans, and then we just
Sorry, Uhtred is like upside down, but I don't know if I can reach the... Wait, let's see if we can do a dog cam. Just a moment. Dog cam! He's on the darker side of the room, so I'm sorry if it's a little dark, but look at him. He's been sleeping like that for a long time now, because it's cold. He did. Yeah, he did. Look at this bread. So cutie. Oh, he got up. Yes, baby. Did we bother you, my baby? Baby Uhtred? What is it, baby? Oh, you gave us the head tilt. We are blessed today. Oh, he wants to go out. Hi, baby. I'll call brother Apricot. My brother. She'll pick you up. Lol. Hi. Alright. What workshop? Drebber's enormous fabrication laboratory where he constructed my great machine. Sasato's face is like... Damn, he could tell us the laboratory. It's Dexter's laboratory, my dude. Oh my god, if you change Professor Hairbrain's hair into red, it looks like Dexter. Oh my god. There's an old quote from a Scooby-Doo episode. I remember and uses it for the long moment of the century. Was it? Oh my god, I don't remember it anymore. Was it used? Huh. Oh, do you guys know the old theme of Scooby-Doo cartoon? I still remember it like a clear Sunday afternoon.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Dun 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 dun. Come and follow me, 'cause I can see the way you shake and shiver.
I kind of forgot the lyrics a bit, but I can visualize the whole opening sequence.
Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I grew up on Scooby-Doo as well. I grew up on Cartoon Network and Disney, I would say. We did have Nickelodeon, but there weren't a lot of shows that we were too keen into, I would say. Because, I don't know, even as a kid, we kind of felt like some of the shows were kind of weird. But I did get into Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom. What else is there? There were a lot. Cat Dog. For some reason, I like that one. Renpy and Stimpy was weird for me. I wasn't too into it. There was also Rococo, I think. But I wasn't into it much either because it was just kind of weird. Yeah. Really? You can do the whole line? The whole movie line? Damn! That's pretty impressive. I'm impressed when people can remember such things. I mean, I have those moments too, but then it's like not really the whole show and not really verbatim in some parts. The What's New Scooby-Doo intro is such a banger. Wait, I also know that one. I can't remember it right now at this very moment, but I know that one. Me and my brother have been recently watching also the Mystery Gang, Scooby-Doo. That's currently available in Netflix. I think it's originally by Warner Brothers, and maybe it was in HBO before. Yeah, but in no way am I ever touching the Velma one. Nah, that was just shite. No. Hi. Watched it 1,000 times. Damn, that's pretty impressive, honestly. Why didn't you mention this before? Enoch Drebber's workshop. That's every chance we might find the man there. Tell me where. Eggman announcement from the SA2 Dark Side fandom. Really? Oh, sugoi.
Wow, you apricots are very good. Ne. Chato, ii desu ne.
So you've been to Drebber's place of work then?
Yes, just once.
You understand? It was an enormous place. Plenty of room to construct the kinesis machine, you say? Where can we find it? We have to go there at once. There's a good chance that we'll find Drebber there. Oh, hello, brother. My brother is here. My actual, real younger brother. He's the one who helps me with Utrecht when I'm still live or at work and he needs to go out. Yeah, I appreciate it, no. He's MVP, ne? There's a good chance that we'll find Drebber there. Well, yes, definitely. I'm sure you're not going to want to hear this. But I have absolutely no idea where the workshop is at all. I'm so sorry. Shadow the Hedgehog is a blank fa. Mother, father, gentle manner. Lol. It's okay, Utrecht. You can go with brother. Utrecht looked at me like, why am I being taken by your brother? I want you to go with me. I was more than half expecting that. You see, I was blindfolded in the carriage the entire way there. He blindfolded you? He wasn't taking any chances then. The place was incredible! The pinnacle of modern engineering. Even the oil he used was the very best. A special French machine oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain. Ah, the indescribable scent of that imported oil. Perfumers across the world should forget their secret formulae and use that instead. What do you think, Mr. Sato? Oh no, I don't know how to pronounce that. The machine for your next birthday? I've never used any kind of perfume, Mr. Naruhodo, and I'm not sure I'd like to start with that. Oh, there's this movie. I believe it's in Netflix as well. Like, it's available there. It's called The Perfumer. And then he's like a murderer. And it's not the modern one, because I think there's another movie with the same name where it's like a modern take of the concept. It's a little old. It's like set in France, I think. Yeah. And then the dude is like obsessed with scent. He has a very, very, very good nose for smelling. So he ends up, well, basically killing women and turning them into his perfume. Yeah, I'll leave it there so that it would be spoiler free. It's interesting. I personally liked it because, in my opinion, the way that they made the visuals helped you understand the scent that he was going through or trying to express. It was interesting. If you guys have time, it would be nice. Maybe we should have a watch along with it too. I don't suppose you know even part of the workshop's address, Professor. You don't have a business card from Mr. Drebber, for example? The man was clearly very cautious, Mr. Sato. Yes, I do. He gave me his business card once. It's right here. Look. Let me see that. Throw etiquette to the wind, why don't you? Idea for another stream down the road? I guess so. If ever, that would be my very first watch along. I believe the concept is you basically watch a movie, but you don't stream the movie, of course, because that's illegal. So it's like you watch a movie at the same time. You should have the copy, basically, and then you just live react to it or talk about it with the chat, I believe. I don't know how that would go, but I'm also afraid that maybe the movies I recommend might not be available or so to people. So I don't know what I should do. Enoch Drebber, engineer. I'm afraid that's all it says. There's no address. No, oh well. I can't say I'm surprised. Still, this could be useful.
Da-na-na-na. You got Drebber's card.
Darn it, that's all we got. Guess we'll have to go somewhere next. Alright, we can investigate the place, I forgot. Okay. Let's try... Can we go to the upper part? I guess not. Okay, let's try talking to Gina. Investigating the scene. There we go. Gina, we were actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again. Yeah, right. If it's around here, you can do what you like. Oh, that's alright, is it? I'm gonna be playing with me new friend here. Ah, yes, to be. The machine that exploded must be at the top of those stairs, I presume. I haven't actually seen it yet, so if you don't mind. Sorry, you can't go up there, Suze.
Oh,
It's like I told Odo yesterday, even I ain't allowed near the wreck. What's it called again? The reason we ain't supposed to touch it? The special... Wait, didn't we go through this dialogue earlier? Yeah, we went through this. Then the case has been lifted, thingamabobb. So we still get permission. Then she's going to basically say strong heart. Hold on. Oh, there! That's the new part of the dialogue. Actually, we've just recently been to see Lord Strongheart. Eh? You what? You met him? Last time the boss was called to go and see him, he waited for 3 hours at the cave's office and came back sniveling. Tragic. Well, Lord Strongheart has given us permission to examine the scene, as long as we don't touch anything. Oh yeah? Honestly. Alright then, go ahead. But if it turns out you're lying, it'll be the boss who gets it. He'll never eat another chip again in his life. So you're still saying all this above board, are you? I'm sure everything will be fine. That really would be tragic. Alright then, them's the stairs, off you go.
oh, thank you, Gina.
Well, off we go, up the stairs. Oh, I guess we literally will have to just examine the stairs. Ura. These stairs lead up to the experimentation stage. Let's go and see what we can find out. October 23. The Great Exhibition Grounds. Experimentation stage. Oh my! So this is the machine that was used to deceive people into thinking instantaneous kinesis had taken place. Yes, that's right, or rather, it was the machine. It's a little worse for wear at the moment. What extraordinary lengths Professor Hairbrain went in order to obtain the research meant. No. The professor was tricked as well. He didn't know anything about it.
Yes, of course.
It is amazing though, isn't it? The scale of the whole affair is so very British. You're right about that. You've never seen such a grand deception in Japan, that's for sure. Oh look! Is that... Oh. Lord Van Zieks? Oh, what's he doing here? So I think we're more or less done here, aren't we? Shall we, Mrs. Sato? Already? He is the Reaper, remember? We do well to keep our distance, I think.
But we have permission to be here, from the top.
We're perfectly well allowed to investigate this machine, as long as we don't touch anything. From the top? Do you mean Lord Strongheart?
Exactly.
So we can stay here and stare at this wreckage for as long as we like. She could have been at the center of the explosion here and it wouldn't have bent her steel will.
The will of steel.
Oh, it needs a machine. What a terrible explosion it must have been. Even the steel girders unbuckled and twisted in the blast. And what they call the birdcage was right in the middle of it. Just here. But look, Mr. Naruhodo. That metal grill. On the floor. Looks as though it's designed to open. It does, doesn't it? If the floor had opened at the precise moment the explosion occurred, the birdcage could have dropped through and disappeared from sight.
Oh, they pulled a hotene.
I don't think there's any doubt that this was a very elaborate hoax, is there?
They pulled a hotene. Hotene, hotene.
This wasn't here yesterday. Really? But if I'm not mistaken, it's the cage in which the victim was standing before. Before he was apparently beamed through the air. That's right. The birdcage. According to what Professor Harebrained said in court, it's made of wood. Or more precisely, Japanese cypress, I think. And despite having been in an explosion and falling from a great height, it's relatively unharmed. What wonderfully durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo? I'd understand that the forensic investigation team had taken it away yesterday to examine it. I suppose they might have brought it back here when they'd finished their work.
But sadly, not with the body inside.
No, that's right. I know we were given strict instructions not to touch anything, but still. This is too important a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial.
What else do we have here?
Okay, let's try going up. I guess that part.
Look at that horn-shaped transmitting device. Isn't it amazing?
And that's exactly what I thought when I first saw it.
It makes you think, doesn't it? If only it had just been a normal horn, none of this would have happened.
That's almost exactly what I thought as well. I bet I can predict what you're going to say next in that case. You're about to say, nothing ever goes planned. Aren't you?
Oh no, I would never say something like that. Oh, she shut you down, naruhodo.
However much I look at them, I just can't come to terms with those temari handballs floating in the sky.
You've been staring at them constantly since we came up here.
Sorry, the feeling of wanting to ride in one and wanting never to set foot in one are fighting out and inside me.
But if you don't look where you're walking, you might fall from the stage.
I don't think I'd notice. That's how fiercely the battle inside me is raging. I think you should make peace with riding in one, Mr. Naruhodo. It really would be much safer that way. But I understand Naruhodo. I want to try riding one, but at the same time I don't. It's scary.
Oh, isn't it exhilarating? All this different architecture from all corners of the world.
It does make you feel like an explorer, doesn't it? I know it's all subjective, but the onion-shaped roofs have rather caught my attention, personally.
It is very subjective, isn't it?
Japanese buildings with their wood and paper construction have excellent ventilation. And I've realized that British buildings, being made from brick and stone, are very strong and long-lasting. The more you know about things are done in other countries, the more you understand your own, I feel.
Oh yes, I do agree with you there.
But I can't help wondering what an onion does for the roof of a building. I mean, I suppose it's playing on my mind because I don't like the taste of onions.
You really oughtn't let your taste in vegetables dictate your taste in roofs, Mr. Naruhodo.
Okay, I think that's probably it. Oh, and the Ferris wheel?
Hello, my baby doggy.
He has come back. Oh, you don't have water? Okay, just a moment, guys. I'll give my doggo some water.
Goodbye, baby. Doggy doggy.
I hear that a ride on the Ferris wheel is a favorite romantic outing among young London couples. I don't know if I'd survive one. I have a fear of heights, but it's quite subjective. Like, if I'm in an area that's high up, but I feel secure and safe, I don't get scared. But if I'm in a place that is so high up, and I feel like there's not enough barriers or the barriers are not tall enough, I panic. Well, I don't panic in a bad way. It's just that I get scared or nervous. And if it's just really a really high height, then I'm just like, okay, this is way too high for my comfort zone. So. Okay, where are we? There we go. I think the romance would be slightly spoiled by the abject terror personally, but then I'm not a Londoner. Are you a little scared of heights, Mr. Naruhodo? It's not that I'm scared, not at all. It's just that staying on the ground seems so much safer. Well, perhaps I shall have to ask Iris and Mr. Sholmes to accompany me on it in that case. He's being left out. When you put it like that, part of me does want to give it a try. Oh dear, it is complicated for you, isn't it? Okay, I think all that's left is to talk to Baroque. Least approachable man in the world. Winner 10 years in a row. Be strong, Mr. Naruhodo. Your country and your assistant stand firm behind you. Lord Van Zeeks? What? Well... Beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? Oh God, the go-to line. Beautiful weather we're having. Don't we? Oh God. I thought I was making it quite clear that I didn't want to be disturbed. Apparently you Nipponese are equipped to read the signs. Oh, I read them. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Well, the thing is... Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate. On the condition that we didn't disturb anything. And yet you've managed to disturb me. Ah! Never mind. State your business then. Come to think of it, there are quite a few things I'd like to ask Lord Van Zeeks about. Not least of which is that awful case, even though it's nothing to do with this. Ask away, Mr. Naruhodo. You won't know unless you try. Fine. Oh no. We right away asked about Clint. Damn. So, Clint. What's the name of your older brother? I understand. Lord Van Zeeks. You Nipponese always have to be on guard whenever you're around. So you've been investigating me, have you? Oh, no, it's not like that. Well, alright, it's a bit like that. My older brother was also a prosecutor. He was the pride of the Van Zieks family. But tragically, a vicious killer took him from us.
The professor, you mean? Is something funny?
That's the extent of what you've discovered, is it? I shouldn't be surprised.
Sorry? There's more to it then?
Lackluster work is very much your trademark, isn't it?
You're too kind. Are you going to tar all Nipponese with the same brush next?
So tell me, what is your interest in that historic incident?
As it happens, Lord Van Zieks, there's a rather curious case that's come to our attention. Are you aware of the Madame Tuspel's Museum of Waxwork by any chance?
I am, naturally. I believe that since last month, I feature in one of the displays there for public scorn.
No, they have his image there just for public scorn. That's kind of sad. Fine. Of course, the infamous Reaper of the Bailey would have to be exhibited, wouldn't he? Well, a particular waxwork has been stolen from the place and held for ransom.
A particular waxwork? Which? Wait, you mean?
Yes, it's the professor. Mr. Sholmes is investigating the case as we speak.
I was unaware of that.
He's turned as white as a sheet. Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Drebber, already?
Surely that goes without saying.
We're very keen to see him found as well. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court earlier. Which, according to Professor Harebrain, was a tall, thin gentleman who has straight white hair and wears a black monocle.
So I was just wondering, I realize it's probably not possible, but,
we'd very much appreciate any more clues you can give us.
Wow, Susato-san. She really knows how to take the bull by the horns. Fine. Why not? I have a photograph of the man here from an investigation 10 years ago.
Oh,
Though it appears he already had that black monocle at that time.
Interesting.
What?
Oh, no, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared that with us.
Well, we all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow, which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down in the short time available. So why wouldn't I show you the photograph?
What is it about Lord Van Zieks? Sometimes I just can't work him out at all. You received a photograph of Drummer. Oh, nyame! I got spooked. Well, he has one eye. Is that a monocle, perhaps? Or maybe it's just nothing? Maybe it's just part of the mask?
Ah, the file I requested for the trial tomorrow. Thank you.
Eh? Are you alright?
Who is that man, Mr. Naruhodo? Lord Van Zeek's apprentice, apparently.
So I'm not the only one. Susato-san can see it too.
Can see what?
Lord Van Zeek's? May we speak with your apprentice for a moment? With him? Why?
Oh, he's running away.
Kazuma-sama!
Wait, what? Well, I did have an inkling, but because of the lower face, like it's the same chin and all, but I mean, the models could have been reused because that's such a thing too. I didn't want to hold my hopes up either.
Kazuma? I don't believe it. Your posture, your presence. It can only be... It's you, isn't it? Kazuma-sama! I felt something strange the very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. As if I knew him somehow. Can it really be you, Kazuma?
He ran away.
Wait! ちょっと待って! Too late. What's going on here?
Your apprentice.
What is your interest in my apprentice, exactly? You act as if you know the man or something.
Well, since when has he been in your care? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago.
Yes, my doggy man. Why are you cuddling my feet, baby? I love you too. Don't worry, I'll be with you after school.
Lord Strongheart introduced him to me about 3 months ago now, with instructions to mentor him as a prosecutor.
But he didn't tell you why, did he?
The man appears to be suffering from amnesia. He's forgotten every last detail about himself.
He has amnesia? Wow, how convenient. How very convenient. Convenient.
Tomorrow he will appear in court at my side.
What?
He's to serve as my judicial assistant on Lord Strongheart's orders.
He'll be in court with us?
Now then, unless I'm much mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course.
Oh, yes, thank you. I definitely saw a reaction there.
When Susato-san called out like that, it really seemed to hit a nerve. When she called out Kazuma-sama,
Damn!
You'd already met that masked man, hadn't you, Mr. Naruhodo?
yes, yesterday in fact, at Lord Van Zeek's office.
I see.
And if Kazuma-sama really is still alive, it means that Mr. Sholmes lied to us. I know. We're going to need to speak to him about that. You're going to have to leave now. The forensic investigation team are due to arrive shortly. If they find you here, it will cause problems.
What sort of problems?
Foreign affair problems.
Well, we could do without that.
Alright, we'll be on our way.
Let's go, Mrs. Sato.
Of course.
Oh, very interesting. Are you sure we've asked everything we need to, Naruhodo? Oh, I guess we've missed something perhaps. Is it to examine this all over again? Oh god. What a shame that the symbolic landmark of the Great Exhibition has been damaged like that.
Yes, unfortunately the birdcage crashed in the most prominent position possible. It's the gods giving us a warning if you ask me. Man must travel under his own steam and not cut corners with instantaneous kinesis.
But imagine what might have happened if the birdcage had landed in a slightly different location. The death toll could have been far worse. So I think perhaps it was a blessing in disguise. Well, the gods are benevolent, obviously. I did say it was just a warning. Man must trouble under his own steam, or next time bird cages will rain down on all of you. Your faith is much stronger than I realized. Well, how do you think I passed the entrance exam for Yume University? It wasn't by studying alone. Oh, I relate. My god, when I had my college entrance exams, I felt the same. I didn't pass only solely on, working hard, study hard. I'm not a very religious person. I think what we call theist. I believe in gods or a god or a higher being, but not really too much into religion. But damn, I was very faithful in religion in those days. Religious in those days. Crystal Tower. Ah, the Crystal Tower. I can't believe I'm seeing it in such a close proximity with my own eyes. You've really been looking forward to the great exhibition, haven't you, Mrs. Sato? Oh yes, when I found out that I had to return to Japan, I'm afraid I cursed my luck. But here you are, back in London, gazing up at the magnificent tower. I know! Perhaps I was wrong to curse my luck so harshly. Pure God's intervention. Purely God's intervention there, in your case. You feel? Oh, it's okay, my baby doggy. My dog is like, why are you not hugging me? Because baby, I'm still online. I'm almost done, baby, I think. They dropped the heavy bombshells already. Here's the scourging on the ground that you mentioned. Yes, and there's what's left of the green balloon's envelope. All clear evidences of the balloon that exploded on the day of the incident. Poor Professor Harebrain. I do feel sorry for him that his dreams have been shattered like this. Someone's well and truly burst his bubble, as it were. Ha 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 ha!
Datto.
Super Zudwa. Head pats. Yeah, head pat zudi zudi. Ouch, I'm a bad person.
Thanks.
Oh. I guess that's about it. Oh, wait, no, I think maybe Gina might have a new conversation. We can all cuddle Zudi. I'll just skip this one since it's more of the observations and stuff. Because we were signaled that there's one last thing to do here. I wonder what it could be. Oh, there we go. Gina, we were actually hoping that we could investigate the scene again.
Yeah, alright. If it's around here, you can do what you like.
Eh? It's the same conversation. Okay, let's see until where is it still missing. Oh, this is the part that's different. Okay. Naruhodo. Apparently, we can't look around on the stage now because the forensic investigation team are at work. Can't you do anything, Gina, in your capacity as Inspector Lestrade?
Oh.
Luke, I'd like to help you out.
But I'm just a trainee, ain't I?
Ain't nothing I can do. When it suits you, yes. Well, I guess that's all. So I guess we can move to another place? We're not yet finished? Nani kore? Honto? Are we supposed to present something, perhaps? I guess we can try. Oh, okay, so it's nothing. This is her dialogue if it's not relevant. You know that. We'd better not try going up the stairs to the stage area now. If we were to bump into the forensic investigation team, it sounds like it could make trouble. Prepare for trouble and make it double. I don't think there's anything left. Maybe we'll just present every single thing we got. No. Oh, that's her fluff dialogue as well, so it's not that. To protect the world from devastation. To unite all peoples within our nation. To denounce the evils of truth and love. To extend our reach to the stars above. I love those two. Jesse. James. Team Rocket, blast off in the speed of light. Why am I making her British? No. Surrender now or prepare to fight.
Yeah, that's right.
Shucks. Go in there. Flashbacks of really good stuff. I feel like they were so not done justice. I believe they just made the trio separate. Like just this band, and I felt like that was such a shite way to put an ending to their story. I'm so sad. I felt like they would have just ended up staying together and then, you know, maybe just have businesses here and there trying to make money. I feel like they did dirty on them. This one's not a thing too. Random BS go? Yeah, exactly. Not really sure what should be done in this part. I'm really quite confused. But you know, we could also just move. Maybe... looks like it really is from here. 何かな? Hmm. 何かな? Yeah, it's a classic, right? Well, I guess we can try visiting Shom Suite. Maybe we can have a change in scenery for a minute. Depressing that they separated them now since Ash retired as a main character. I know! I really feel so terrible that they just separated them. They should have just stayed together and just, you know, did the usual stuff and have business and money and probably live a good life. In the manga, I believe James and Jesse ended up together. And I think they kept Meowth with them, if I remember correctly. October 23rd, Shom Suite. Looks like no one's here. Well, I guess we're not supposed to be here. So there is something to do at the experimentation stage. 何かな? Maybe the description of the scenery hints it out. Travel menu? Yeah. It says here, are you sure we've asked everything we need to? Mr. Naruhodo? Naruhodon't? So I guess we are, you know, missing something. Do you think, Nani ka na? I don't think we need it. Well, the only other place I can think of that we can go back and forth is the Two Spells Museum, so maybe there's something here? Doesn't seem to be the case either. Gosh darn it, so we really need to find something in the experimentation stage. Oh wait, we haven't examined the stuff, right? I also want to get a picture of this one for the next thumbnail. He has a nice character design, I think. Okay. Space.
Wow, look at the keji.
There's a big hole. Ah, look here, Mr. Sato.
Oh yes, the wood's cracked and broken a little. I suppose because it fell from such a height?
Yes, from the height at which the balloon was flying down into the crystal tower below. A fall of about 30 feet, or 9 meters.
Leaving the man inside tragically dead.
Is that all? Guess that's about it. Then what else did we get? This one, right? The card?
Enok Dreba, Engineer.
It's dirty. This dark smudge here.
I think perhaps it's machine oil.
Ah, yes, possibly. Professor Hairbrain mentioned something about the oil Mr. Drebber uses, didn't he? He said it was specially imported, very high-quality oil that's impossible to obtain in Britain.
Yes, that's right. But more importantly, that it's more fragrant than the finest perfume. So, excuse me for a moment.
I guess she's sniffing it right now.
Oh,
It doesn't appear to have any scent at all. Don't worry, I expect that's just because there's such a tiny amount here. Okay. I guess that's all. The other stuff we got it from the port. Got everything. Okay, maybe if we try to present it. Oh, wait! I know. We present it to her, the card, because Toby can smell it. Because remember that she was boasting about Toby's scent ability? About this, Gina. Yeah, I'm still learning my letters at the moment. I only A to A, so if it ain't too much bloody trouble. Actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. So Gina is semi-illiterate? Kind of illiterate? If that's the case? How come? There's just a dirty old smudge in the back, that's all. It turns out that this is very high-quality French machine oil. It has a very particular scent, apparently.
You don't say. Let's have a whiff in.
You sure? I don't smell nothing. No, we didn't mean that you should smell it. You're right! You made Toby!
What?
His sense of smell is so good he can track people over the oceans, can he? Professor Hairbrain informs us that this oil is unique to Mr. Drebber's workshop. Ho ho! We got it. That's so cute.
Sniffy, sniffy, sniff.
That's so cute. I think he's picked up a scent. So you mean if we follow the scent of this oil, Toby could lead us to the Dodgecave's workshop? That's right. That's exactly what we were hoping. Alright then, we'll give it a go. I'll just borrow that. Oh wait, when did you... Once a pickpocket. If I can lead everyone to the Drebber's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss before next week. Oh yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted. Poor Gregson. Why then, Odo, leave it to me. Sorry? Well, gonna get going after the dodgy engineer... Oh, sorry. We're gonna get going after that dodgy engineer's code right this minute. Oh, but hang on. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty all the time. I'm afraid we can't help. We need to get on with our investigation as well, Gina. Oh, right. Oh well, never mind. It ain't gonna be me what gets in... What? It ain't gonna be me what gets it in the neck. It'll be the boss. Poor Gregson. Again. Ready, Toby? Got it all sent, have you? Come on then, boy. See you later. I do hope the scent of that oil leads them to the swindler's workshop. Yes, I hope so too. Ideally before the dog swims across the channel to France. Well, I think we've done all the investigating we can here for now. If we could just determine the whereabouts of Mr. Drebber. I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then, do you think we ought to try to speak with Mr. Sholmes at this point? We have things to discuss and I'm dying to meet him again after all these months. Yes, it's quite possible he might know something useful. You're right. We ought to find him at Madame Two-Spell's. He's supposed to be working there at the temporary waxwork exhibit. Yes, Iris told me all about his latest unusual venture.
Okay.
Okay. Ikimasu yo.
Madame Two Spells.
Okay, so unfortunately, we'll have to cut our stream here because it's already the 3-hour mark, and for the sake of my voice and my health, I'm trying to really just limit it to 3 hours maximum. For those who don't know, I used to stream for 4 to 8 hours, and that was terrible. Terrible. So I guess we can continue. I think this is also a good part to cut off because then we're going to be confronting Mr. Shomes about the Kazuma thing. So yeah, I think this is a good part to stop, ne? Alright, so thank you very much for watching my stream and spending time with me. If you enjoyed your time here or you would like to support me in any way, feel free to punch that like button.
And poke that subscribe button with your best smile, ne? And then you can poke also the little bell ring-a-ling-a-ding
So that you know if I am live. Because there are some instances that I would stream that's not in my schedule when I'm suddenly free and healthy to do so. Yeah, I don't need to strain my voice, right? So, Anzu. If you know my outro, say it with me. If you don't, listen well so we can say it together next time. You ready? Alright. Dun 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 dun. And as always, I'll see you in the next package delivery.
Bye-bye.
I'm not a peach, I'm an apricot. Oi, me Macleod. Oi.
My.